It's so hard to find like old 1949 Indian, like who knows this stuff, right? And Pete has all things Indian, in fact.
Well, here's all the factory tools. It's a 49 Scout. Here's another one in here.
You got more bikes.
Yeah.
There's more motorcycles.
Original paint bike. This is 1949. No problem, a little money won't take care of.
That's right. Pete has been such a wealth of information. I was just thinking we'd show him some parts and things, and next thing you know, we're on the bench pulling apart kickers and carburetors. It's been great. Really, really great.
How you doing, Pete?
Kind of good, kind of bad.
I hear you.
We built up quite a list of things for my bike.
Well, this is the time of year to start working on bikes, right? So it's cold, so you might as well work on them, and then you can kind of get them ready for the spring, right?
Speaking of springs, look what I got for you. Broken spring.
Oh, well, I got a new one for you.
But that's great because that means I don't have to weld that post on there, right?
Yeah, that's good news.
So I was so happy to have a broken spring, and I think I made Pete's year.
I've never seen one break like this, to be honest with you.
Really?
No.
No.
And you've seen a lot of springs.
I mean, quite a few. So some of the stuff I still am working on. It's
okay.
I apologize. It's just been so busy, but I'm working on putting the rest of the stuff, the details together.
It's great.
I'll have to mail it to you. But I brought a bunch.
But I did bring this to show you. So this is my current battery situation.
Okay.
To you, the battery's in the bottom. So when I told you that it's like an aftermarket thing and what's wrong, whatever. So my question is, would you replace this battery? It seems to hold a charge.
Yeah, I mean, if the battery's fine, the battery's
If you tip it over, liquid does come out of it.
Yeah, I mean, it will.
But that's how it works, right?
Yeah. So I brought you another case.
Good.
So you can use it or not. I mean, I don't really know if you.
I want the other. This is an enemy case, is it? Oh, it is.
It is. It's just not the. I'll show you, and you can make the call.
Yeah.
What you want to do. The one you have, actually, the battery sits in, and then the top kind of pops on. It's kind of nice. It's nicer than this.
Hold that. That's yours.
Okay. And this is a.
What does that say? Look on there.
I don't have my glasses on, Pete. I'm going to lie to you. It looks like
160.
160.
Is that 160?
I gotta wear my glasses now. That's part of getting old. That's actually, it says 140, Pete.
140?
Well, I tell you what, if I don't have a 130, that's better than 110.
This is a 110. That's your 110.
That's his 110.
This is 140.
Don't ask me what that is.
Give it to me.
Yeah, that's unknown.
And the number refers to the hole in the center?
Technically, it's the flow rate. Some people think it's the hole size, but it's technically not, because you could have two of these with different flow numbers, and the hole here be the same, but then the back is different. The back.
Oh, right. I see that. Yeah.
So it's really a flow number, not necessarily a diameter of the.
So you had mentioned on the phone that my bowl's on the wrong side, and it's because it's so large.
It won't fit.
It has to be on the other side, because once you put it on the right side,
It won't fit.
it won't fit. But then also, when you put it on the wrong side, you don't have access to all the adjustment screws, which at the moment, it seems to be running okay.
Yeah.
Here,
So-
I'm going to put a 140 in it.
But we're going to make it better.
Okay.
Okay? Which is better than a 110.
Okay.
That's all I can tell you. Now, I don't know whether it's going to be rich or lean,
Okay.
but 110 should be way the heck too small. And you got that 110 in your hand.
I do.
That came out of here, but I'm going to put a 140 in it.
There's a 130.
You found
You
one.
got a 130?
Yeah.
Let me have it.
Go Wally.
Now, this stuff right here could get some wear. And you say, how?
How?
The needle runs in and out of that.
Okay.
You have to leave it loose and get it adjusted. Then you're going to have to get a millimeter, because this is British Whitworth. Repeat after me. British Whitworth ain't American size
That's
wrenches.
right. That's right.
Metric will fit it.
Okay.
All right?
So-
you understand what I just said now?
I do, yeah.
All right? Now, that's the best I can do with what you give me.
Wow. Thank you, Pete. This is great.
Wally,
Yes, sir.
I jumped up on the stand at lunchtime, and I told him if he couldn't afford a sump cup and an oil pump from you, he needed to draw a circle on the ground and start shooting marble.
I brought him a sub cup.
Now, this is Bob Stark's right here.
Oh, it's the same one.
See this? But now look at the way the terminals are on that.
Oh, yeah, it's different.
See this?
Yeah.
All right, now look here what some dummy got in here
Yeah.
and started filing off on these.
Yeah. Let me go get the one I brought
Now,
you. This is the one I brought you.
Oh,
so the
nice.
battery drops in.
Right.
And then
Parasonic.
it's a lot nicer.
Yeah, it's a lot nicer.
All right, so what I brought you was
You can sit down. I'm gonna kneel.
I got you the battery. And,
Beautiful. Okay, so you make these.
No, I don't make them. We have a
Chris
friend.
Daniel makes.
He makes them.
Okay.
And then this is the rubber mat.
This is like my Christmas, guys.
Yeah,
this
is the rubber mat. that
Listen to
goes
what he's
underneath.
saying there. That rubber mat goes under that.
Yep.
Right.
Or your battery straps are going to be too long.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then here's the kit for all the battery straps. So I do make all this. So basically, you have these side
Straps and
They'll
top
hook on
straps.
your battery box. And
Okay.
They go like that.
Okay.
Basically. No, they actually go this way.
Yeah.
And then they go like that. And this is the top.
Okay.
It goes like this.
Then you put the pins in it. You got untapped pins and tapped
There's
pins.
one on the other side. And then there's this.
It goes on the bottom of it like this.
Yeah, just like the other side.
Turns out like that. That's it.
Okay.
And then there's the screws that go down.
Okay.
See, you
Pin
got
goes in here.
two
so-
tapped and two are not tapped.
Yeah, so,
The two top ones are not tapped.
I see that.
yeah, so then you
The
just
wing nut goes all the way through it into the tap
tighten
ones.
it up and that's
Bob's your uncle.
Yep, so that way your battery will not fall out like it
Woohoo!
currently will.
Safety, Pete. It's like what a novel idea.
So that's gonna hold. You can
Yeah.
paint these whatever color you want. Or
Yeah, I might.
paint them yellow, or I think if your
might go
bike's
red.
yellow, they should be yellow. But
Oh, really?
I mean, whatever you want.
Well, Pete, I can do whatever I want. It's my bike.
Exactly right.
What I said, Joe, it's yours.
This is your spring. that
Hey,
you
look
broke.
at this, Pete. I got a fixed spring. You know, he said you could fix anything, and he was right. I didn't know you could do it so fast, though.
Yeah.
We probably could weld that spring up. I don't know how it would last. You take some of the temper out
Ain't
of
worth
it.
it
Wow.
for $6.
This is
Make it
great.
brittle.
Thank you so much. I love
Here's
this.
your clutch pack.
Wow, excellent.
So that's kind of, we've got a lot of R&D on that. Pete can tell you, he's learned a lot through the years on how that
Fantastic.
needs to be. And this, if you
Yep.
notice, the
See
one
it.
plate's thicker than the
Thicker than the others, that goes to the back. That's the first one goes in.
But I need to change my springs also because they're wrong.
If they're too heavy, yes, you need 5 regular springs now.
Okay.
You could send me originals and I can measure them. I have a radar.
Okay.
You can check them. I mean, if they're good, they're good. Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
This bike is all about springs. Springs in my kicker.
Yeah.
Springs in the actual kicker itself.
Yeah.
Springs in the clutch pack. It's all
Yeah.
springy.
and this is the gasket. When you change the clutch, you're going to need a gasket.
Okay.
And then when you change your transmission spring, you're going to need a gasket.
Okay.
So that's the gasket that goes on that cover.
Because I took that off yesterday in
Yeah.
order to get this off. So.
Yeah.
Now, he had a transmission brace. He said, like to never got that one that went through the transmission
Yeah,
brace.
my
on it.
bolt goes
Oh,
all
yeah.
the way through. There's a nut on the back, and I'm sitting there going,
yeah.
I'm trying to put pressure, and like, oh, it's stripped out. I got to drill it out,
Yeah.
and then we realized that it was on the back. So,
This is your sump cup, the new one.
oh,
This is the
amazing.
one we make. So it kind of has bigger holes here, bigger groove, and then there's a spring with a magnet. So it's kind of,
To see that screen comes out, that peels out from in there.
yeah.
You see this clip that holds it in there?
You need
Yeah.
like a
You have to get that and peel that out of there for the the screen to come out and clean your magnet that's in there.
Okay.
But you won't need to probably.
But that's way down the road a
way
lot.
down the
Okay.
road.
But it does.
It's kind of like changing the filter in your car. You
Yep.
know what I mean, like when you change your oil, you're going to drain your oil. You're going to take that out, and you're going to look in there. And if you see a bunch of crud in there, we got a
Yeah.
problem. But
Yeah. There's.
it shouldn't be too bad.
Okay. Great.
Then this is just some miscellaneous. You needed some clips.
Yes. All the clips.
You needed some clips. You needed some bolts. In here, if you check that out, that's your shifter tag.
Oh,
So,
there it is.
Yeah,
Don't lose them,
yeah, don't-
because you ain't never going to find them at the next hardware store down the street.
So let's see what this is. This is pretty cool.
yeah, that's
Um,
the little shifter plate.
Oh, nice. Way better.
Yeah.
Mine is engraved and
Yeah.
pushed, just rubbed off. This is much nicer. Thank you.
Yeah, the fuel pack top.
Okay.
There's actually 2 different versions. Pete can tell you. I don't know if this is the later
Let me
or
see.
the newer
Is it offset?
offset.
That's the late version.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's good.
Now, I'm going to explain this to you. The original was straight through. You see what I'm calling offset from here?
Yes.
Straight through. it hit the fins on some of the heads.
Yeah.
Oh,
So they had to offset it and got it away from the fins on the head. That's the reason they did that.
that's
This
great.
bike here doesn't even have the correct one, actually.
No.
And then
Okay,
the rest is just some bolts and stuff you needed.
excellent.
This is to eliminate your rat's nest. This is the wiring.
All
harness.
right.
I don't actually make these either. This is a friend of ours from Maine that makes these. His name is
Okay.
Jim Garrett. And we could make them, but he makes them already, so it's easier just to get them from him. This is early Scout. It's just.
Let me see it. That's exactly what you have. Now, what did I tell you?
You said that.
Scouts had individual wires. 1950, the leftover era Scouts and Warrior had a wire harness. 49 never had a wire harness on it. Your box stock original. Am I making sense? You're looking a little vague on me.
I because you handed this to me like saying this isn't individual wires, but I think this is individual wires.
It is individual
This
wires.
is
That's
correct.
what I was saying to you.
Yeah.
You remember I showed you that earlier in here.
And that's why it says early.
Yeah.
In the later ones, all those wires would be in like a
Huge harness. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is great. Okay.
So that's that.
Man, that rat's nest is
Now,
something else.
You need P-clamps
I do.
to run those around the gas tank.
I gave him some.
Go in and take a picture.
He actually
Any
has,
of those bikes,
I sent him with these.
Chief fits that.
What do you think about
The
that?
Chief, that's it.
That's it, right?
That'll work.
Wally's got my
Now
back.
that also, see that offset? Mm-hmm. Speedo cable
Yeah.
Okay.
up front.
So again, that was most of your list. The things that I need to get you is the oil line kit. 'Cause
Yeah.
Your oil line's a mess. So we need to get you. The problem is I have to rebuild them because you can't just, they leak. And so I have fittings, I got to cut them, I got to solder them. So I just haven't enough
Okay.
time to do that. So I got to build you a kit for that with the hardware because your hardware is missing the way they did it.
Right.
So we need to do that, and I need to make a coil mount for you. I have one left, but I need it to copy.
Sure.
So
So good.
I love it.
I'm learning so much. Like I
love it.
can't learn all this. There's no way.
Too much.
It's just so good.
Yeah.
What are you looking for?
My current cables
Oh,
Or Nachi.
are just really.
I have to make all mine up individually.
Yeah.
Do you?
I have
Yeah.
them. I just forgot to bring them.
I go to Hickory, say, Chuck, give me 8 feet of this, give me 10 feet of the inner wire, give me 4 ends, come home and make it up.
That's what I do. I make them up. So
Okay.
I got them all ready to go.
Okay. So
And the thing is that depending on what handlebars you have, the lengths change. And
I think it's this.
okay.
I can take a picture and show you, but
I need to know that because that's important.
okay.
Can't find my cable looper. That's one thing, if I can't find it, you might as well not even own it.
Cable looper. Let's see if I can find it.
It's up here where you put your plastic tube in it and squirt it.
This is an air gun nozzle,
Yeah,
right?
but it's a little square-looking thing, and it's rubber where you tighten it around the cable.
Is it that black thing there? No.
No, that's a threader made in Israel. I don't see it.
I don't see it either.
Don't see
It's
it.
black.
No,
It's metal looking like silver. Right?
kind of a silver
I mean,
color.
Chances are, if they're original, they're probably pretty rough shape.
Yeah, they're pretty roasty, and
Uh,
even the 2 oil lines. That
This would be a good start on your toolkit right here. Said you didn't have any merkin.
That is is that from the Titanic, Pete?
I don't know where.
Oh my gosh, I've never seen it. Like that's some rough. Had some rough years on that one. Guys, this has been awesome. Really, really great. I think I've need to watch this tape back over and over again to really understand and learn everything that I learned today.
We ain't touched the iceberg on this. Wally's clutch hub bearing. If you figuring on riding this bike 30, 40 miles a weekend, I'd put a clutch hub bearing in it.
I don't think I know what a clutch hub bearing is
Well,
and the difference. Like I don't know enough about it to say yay or nay, but it sounds like it's a good idea.
Yeah, I mean,
Here it is. You just happen to be in luck.
Oh, okay.
This is the one right here. This is the one right here that once you take the nut off of it and separate it, it'll fall apart in your hands, and every one of them little bitty balls right there.
Oh gosh! Don't put it in my hands.
Now Wally's is made with roller bearings, and the roller bearings overlap.
Okay.
So basically, what we're talking about here is, so when the engine's running, right, that whole clutch basket is spinning.
Yes.
Right, and then so basically, the outer and the inner basically are connected with those clutch plates, right? So when the clutch plates are loose, it's separated, so that, it will just keep running. So
I follow you.
Inside there is a bearing, which is that bearing he just showed you. And so what happens over time, it's not a great design, and it wears out.
The balls run in the same groove all the time. They don't move around, and they'll cut a groove, and next thing you know, the clutch hub is loose.
Yeah,
I see.
So we made one that uses actual rollers.
Okay.
But it has rollers which are longer and more surface area, so it just makes it a stiffer thing and it doesn't wear out.
Okay.
And so basically that's what.
Yeah. But just being here and seeing all of Pete's amazing bikes and going to the room and checking out trophies and hearing about his community, it's a special place.
Yeah,
Now,
it's pretty cool.
I wanted to share this with you all. 2 things. The sump plug and the oil pump. You're going to do anything else to it, you got to do these 2 things to it before you take first step to restore, to do anything.
Right. Yeah. I really like my Scout. I don't know what would make it a Super Scout, but I'm super happy with it.
Super Scout, it's an accessory package. It's the very same motorcycle as you got, but it's got a bunch of chrome and a bunch of doodads bolted on.
Well, I got a box full of parts, and I got a ton of work to do. I'm sure I'm going to be calling you guys and posting questions about all kinds of things. Pete, I can't thank you enough for the day and all the knowledge and everything. It's been great. And
he asked me, I just put this oil pump in there and is it fixed? I said, nope. If you don't seal that oil pump through the timing case cover, and get it sealed up tight with some good smudge, and it leaks there, you might as well not even taking it apart. There are 2 dowels in that pump. I've had them dowels to hold it away when you tighten it with a screw, and they wouldn't push in the holes properly, and to let it leak. Well, I said, you mean you leave them 2 dowels out of it? I said, you better believe it. After I had a time getting it sealed up with the dowels in it, the minute I took them out, after I've redone this thing 4 or 5 times in one day, I get tired of cleaning all that oil off and doing the job over again.
I hear you.
And actually, the last batch of oil pumps that India made, they didn't machine them for the dowels.
So you're already doing the improvement already. Well, with that, Pete, I've got to run out of battery here. So let me shake your hand.
Okay.
Thank you so much for the visit and the time and everything. Thank you, sir, for all the stuff, whatever. We're gonna head out to the car with the parts and then get to work. Okay. Thanks, guys, for watching. Appreciate you.
Now that
Have a great
belongs
weekend.
to somebody.
I got one more question. Okay, I ran back inside for one last question. On these motorcycles, they have these really cool little toolboxes. Looks like this. It opens up like this. It's supposed to be your toolkit. And so my question is, what kind of tools are you fitting in there? And the reality is you can't find them. They're hard to find. But of course, Pete has it.
This side of help. Indian script, pliers, wooden handle screwdriver, and a spark plug wrench.
Okay, adjustable wrench.
And you can buy one of these off the internet. You might have to pay $250 for it.
Good Lord.
Okay, if you can find it.
Pliers.
Pliers, wooden handle, not plastic. That won't work.
Right.
That won't work. Now,
And then?
Now, you find that today.
No.
You find that today.
Excellent. And this is the tool bag.
Yeah. You might get a reproduction bag from Robin Markey, Edis, Pennsylvania.
All right, Pete. You have a good one.
Yeah, man.
Amazing. Just amazing. See you guys.